just the way the alchemy works. And, well, we got some blood alchemy here. Sadly, it took me a minute to go clean out a bottle, so I didn't get it from the beginning, but you can see the white foam now coming up off the cathode, and it was a very small scab. I had a scab on my knee, peeled it off, and I put it in the jar. The blood, instantly, that white foam starts coming up with the atomic hydrogen as white flakes off the cathode. 100%. You can actually see it, and the flakes coming up with it, and the foam grows. That is my bio monomolecule made straight from the blood, but that was a scab, and now it is fully coming alive, and it took too long. It was so insane. It was literally the parts under the salt water in the electrolysis that started growing freaking veins. Like it was happening in front of my eyes. I got to try to pull this thing out and see if I can show it, because it just next level. It's alive. The actual process of how the homunculus scares the fuck out of me. Don't do it. Like, whether it's you're taking the seed of a male of one animal and mixing it with the egg of another species of animal and put it in, I don't see how it wouldn't live, but a bit of your spirit goes into it. That's how it works. And then, for the love of fucking God, nobody put their seed or egg in with the freaking animal, because it is going to come out alive, half human, half animal. That's why they're depicted in the ancient times. That's why they're documented by the alchemists. It's real. Oops. Why the fuck? What the No, I want no green screen. What the bloody... What the... Oh, for fuck's sakes. What the... How do I turn this off? Dumb. There we go. I figured it out. Okay. First thing we're going to do here is we have two anodes, two sacrificial anodes that have been running for a while. This one's tungsten with a triple solid around it. This one is iron ferrite with carbon, and then a triple solenoid of aluminum copper around it. But you can see here it disconnected. It corroded away, and we are removing it and documenting how it is also alive on its own. What the... Oh. There we go. Look at that. If it'll focus. Come on. We got the black state. We have nanotubes. We've got the green, blue state. Some pink state below. And it's going to start leaking out yellow state, because I killed it. And let's see if we... There we go. Oops. I think that's showing. That one maybe a little bit further. Yep. How is that? Is that a good view? It looks like it actually is. Perfect. We're going to let that sit for a minute so you can see that it's alive. It literally is alive. And you can see the yellow, the white turning to yellow, the green turning to yellow. As I disconnected, I killed it from its power source, and thus turning into the yellow state. As it tries to reach an equilibrium and neutral balance, with it being overly hydride ridden and now going into a neutral brand new water solution, thus creating a alkaline acidity chemical imbalance, driving the reaction to self-neutralization that we are seeing. Okay. So I'm going to this guy up. It's just so cool. It's alive. It's doing its thing. So these like streams going down, they are essentially snakes and dragons. At least that's what they're represented by symbolically in alchemical writings. Okay, so a snake, well, that's a nanotube there, or a dragon. It's the charge and flow of matter, reaction, energy, whatever may be, that is the live vector of energy motion and transfer. And there's nothing overly occult or esoteric about it, except for simultaneously there 100% is, because symbols all have multiple dimensions of meaning, and alchemy covers all aspects, including life and consciousness. But for these practical purposes, we are taking it to the most physical, literal meaning of the definitions and the meanings of the symbols that are used to represent specific reactions and encoded scientific and electrochemical processes in the ancient alchemical writings, pictures, and symbols. And it's like a waterfall of particles, but it's not waterfalling. It's monoatomics and monomolecules in a liquid density dimension. Don't know if you guys are getting the snaking down of bottom there. Pretty cool stuff right there. Those are starting to form into actual nanotubes, and it'll actually, within about an hour, those flows will solidify into hollow nanostructured tubes all on their own and remain in a more permanent structure as it goes. Sorry. Uh-oh. I damaged the equilibrium. Whatever should I do? Oh wait, it rebalances, because that's what it does. Reaches neutrality on its own. Oopsie. A little bit of motion, creates chaos, mixes it all up, and then it starts to form again. Because that's what it does. Charge separation. Trying to reach its equilibrium. Oops. Oops. I don't know if it's showing the good stuff. I messed some of it up there. But I should probably leave it for a little bit longer now. Just to document how it will self-structure and self-organize, as well as better. Oh, thank God. I ain't knocking it over yet. Oops. Okay. Let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, come on, stupid light. Stupid light. There we go. I think I got her. But you can see that it's a yellow more than a white, and that there's more of these yellow clusters, what they refer to as the sulfuric state, after disconnecting and killing the flow of current. And that's what the alchemists mean by saying you will trigger the sulfuric state when you kill the metal, or you kill the spell or reaction. Right? So it's a most literal term of killing the electric flow and charge of a reaction. Just like it's live, well, it's live current, it's live flow. You've got a working system, thus it is live. Yeah, so some stuff you do take to the ultimate literal definition, just not the definition that you're used to thinking of. It's more practical. Live current. And it means that the ancient alchemists, for at least 500,000, probably 3,000, or since the beginning of alchemy, and the alchemy language of symbols, dating back to the very oldest of human civilizations, found everywhere, still in use today in the occult and esoteric. But it means that they all knew and used electricity and monoatomics and electrochemistry and hydrogen isotopes and the rest of it, and are way more advanced than we even are today. But we're getting there. We are getting there. So you can see, hopefully, the yellow stayed amongst the white, and it will eventually either oxidize to a blue or hydrize into a hydrite sometimes, but rarely, once you get the sulfur yellow state, will it ever transfer back to the white monoatomic. It usually oxidizes, decays. And again, you can see some of that white bubbling from the top that was from me putting my blood in the reaction before disconnecting it and still making my monomolecules off of the electrode. All right, now we are back to the blood homunculus. And look at that. Look at that actual vein. It has grown, okay? And then like what the heck is growing on top of it now? And it's got a case around it of like protective cellular layering. And before this outer like shell or skin or membrane, the outer membrane grew, it first was all red, old dried blood from a scab. Now then it turned white first, and then some grew red veins, and then it grows the brown shell around it, and it is alive. Like, is this thing, if I keep this reactor alive, it's going to grow. It's going to keep growing, and that is why the legends of Homunculus, well, not even legends, the actual methodologies that they describe, that in fact I believe would work, because look at what it just did to the scab. And I'm gonna film this thing in a day and show you what it turns into right before I leave Teslatech, because this is real blood alchemy. This is biochemistry. This is well, wizardry, advanced adept alchemy, electrochemistry, electrobiochem. No, Billy Sprue, I've been doing this successfully for 12 years. I've been knowing about all of this stuff. No, you do not try urine. That is retarded. It actually, so you do get some of your same monomolecule reproduction ormus from urine, but you're going to get a whole lot more of all of the chemicals that your urine contains, and it gives you an actual like sick plasma odor by using it. And I learned that from a black project group that recruited me, and some have heard that story. Actually, no, I don't think anyone has publicly. I've told a couple people of it privately, and I will be doing a full tell-all disclosure of the black projects I was recruited for and worked for after mastering the Keshi coils and Keshi GANs. And yeah, but their exact problem and why they did recruit me was because they were using urine to get their monomolecule, and the plasma field that it created for them, it did sustain their bioplasma, but it gave them like a plasma, like your aura. It makes your aura filled with urine. Okay, your aura, you aura out piss. All right, so if that makes sense, like you're literally, your aura is piss when you make piss plasma fields. And then they were saying that it also led to a other medical condition further down the road, but they refused to discuss with me what that was. But it did do the job of keeping them alive when they went through the stargates. Yes, I've said that publicly now for the first time, and you heard that correct. I don't like talking about it because it's so out there, but yes, it did happen. I don't have reasons to believe they were lying, and they had unlimited resources. Anywho, now we got, yes, the world's first, cutest blood homunculus. This is blood homunculus, no seed, no egg, just blood scab that I put in, and it started to grow and shall continue to grow. And there's some of the foam that is the monomolecule that is produced off of the cathode side on the atomic hydrogen. And I've been live for over 20 minutes now, so fuck me, what time is it? God, it's like almost 7 probably. I need to get to bed. Alright, there you go. One last time, looking at that. Looking how it filled everything up. Yellow state. What they call the sulfuric state. And then also, we've got freaking man, there we go. Yellow state down there as well. But there's an exclusion zone that formed, and the yellow state is only in half the jar. Then you have monatomics, and then you have the water with floating and growing blood homunculus. Oops, came in. There we go. It's alive. Rip, rip. It's alive. And on that note, y'all have a blessed day. Ta-ta.